Just to set the record straight from the beginning, I want to say I am not anti-Semitic and I am not an anti-vaxxer.
Kat Von D. It's been a good old time since I've said that name or even thought about the person. But alas, I have thought about the person and I thought to myself, what is she doing nowadays? Is she still around? And I've done a little searching over the internet and I found out all this stuff that has came out from recent times, very recently, because I don't know if I've got like The Shining or something, but she's going through a whole lot of controversy right now, as well as back in the day when a lot of us will remember her from. There was a lot of stuff that maybe we didn't know about, maybe got brushed over, and we're going to go through all of that today. Kat Von D was born Katherine Von Drachenberg, which already is something that I never knew. I just thought her real name was Kat Von D. I didn't know it was Katherine Von Drachenberg, but turns out it is. Already I'm blowing my own mind. I don't know about you. Anyway, she was born March 8th, 1982 in Mexico, and she is Latino despite what people may think, and me included. I thought she was just your everyday white gal, but it turns out she's a Latino. But moving swiftly on, she was drawn to the world of art from an early age. Her journey to fame began when she decided to pursue a career in tattooing. Starting as an apprentice, Kat honed her craft in different tattoo parlours before making her way to Miami Ink., which would become a reality TV series which catapulted her into the limelight. So before Miami Ink., she was already working a few tattoo parlours. I believe she was like 22 years old when she started at Miami Ink., and then that's when we all knew her from. Miami Ink. had already had a few series or episodes before Kat Von D joined the team, but it was made up mainly of men, and the ratings were, the feedback from the audience was saying they need some female energy, which is why they hired Kat Von D. And she did just that. Everyone loved her. She was a fan favourite. If any of you are like me and you're just a casual viewer of the show, she's probably the only person you remember from that show. Easily became the most successful from it, and at the time was the most popular. So her breakthrough moment arrived when she joined the cast of Miami Ink., and as my little snippet of the internet says here, her vibrant personality, artistic talents and striking appearance made her a fan favourite, which I can concur with. Like I said, she was definitely a fan favourite. Now, it wasn't long until Kat decided to embark on a journey of her own and star in her own show, LA Ink., which followed her own tattoo shop, High Voltage Tattoo in LA. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the snippets here, and then we're going to return for some controversy. So don't just skip to the end, because we're going to come back to this whole LA Ink., Miami Ink. thing. For now, we're just going to breeze through, refresh your old noggin on the ins and out of Kat Von D. So now she's at LA Ink. As LA Ink. became a hit, Kat Von D took the opportunity to expand her brand. She launched her own makeup line, Kat Von D Beauty. That was in 2008. Her unconventional approach to cosmetics, which focused on self-expression and individuality, made her a force to be reckoned with in the beauty industry. And since then, she has seemingly been making her millions from this unconventional force to be reckoned with makeup brand. However, turns out all this controversy is coming out now, and people are looking back at older controversy and things that we might have missed. So Kat Von D's rise to fame wasn't without its share of drama and challenges. In 2020, Kat Von D made a significant change to her beauty brand by stepping away. She sold her shares and it got renamed as KVD Vegan Beauty, with a focus on vegan and cruelty-free products. So now we're going to return to Miami Ink. when it all started, because this is when the hate really started to come out. This is when a different side of Kat Von D showed itself, which was the first thing she did. So I guess she always had that in her. It was made out that she left the show because she was homesick. So she quit and she wanted to move and open up her own tattoo parlour. But the story that we hear behind all that is that she was actually fired for anti-Semitic behaviour. You see, in 2008, after she left Miami Inc., TMZ reported that she allegedly gave her former boss, Army James, an autographed photo of herself which featured a drawing of a swastika, a flaming Star of David, and a derogatory, I cannot say that word. A derogatory message. She left an anti-Semitic message. Anyway, is there any words that you don't know how to say, or you can't say? Leave them below. I've just found out that derogatory is one of mine. Also, choreography. You know, like if people are dancing, the person that tells them what step to do, they are the choreographer. I can't say that word either. Anyway, the boss man at Miami Inc. was Jewish. He reportedly went to TLC about the message, but nothing happened. Years later, we're talking 2019, she posted a YouTube video that no longer exists, where she said that it wasn't her who did that and that someone faked the whole thing. In that video, she accused the cast members of Miami Inc. for inappropriate behaviour and says that she quit the show on her own accord. She was not fired, she quit the show, and that the anti-Semitic rumours were false and that somebody else on the cast did that in her handwriting on her photo and then gave it, and that her boss at the time was trying to take her down out of jealousy.
I don't think he was threatened only just by me, but I think he was threatened by any type of woman that has an opinion or, you know, has a stand on anything. And that's when the hazing started. The mistreatment on set was pretty unbearable over the time that I was there filming. There were so many times where he said things to me that were so repulsive I could never repeat those things out loud. He sent me a photo of his penis, and to me, I feel like the worst part of all of it was one time when we came out to LA, him plus two others, and I remember they got too drunk to drive, and so I said, hey, I'll drive, no problem. I wasn't drinking that night, and I remember he sat behind me, behind my car seat, and at one point he reached around and grabbed my breasts, and I remember pulling his hands off of me, and I think the worst part of all of it was that when I said what the fuck and turned to the other guys for support, they literally did nothing, and they just acted like nothing happened, and with a forged anti-Semitic message on it. I have no idea who actually forged the message, but what I do know is that the man who treated me so terribly on set took this 8x10 and threatened the network in saying that if they don't cancel LA Inc., that he would go to all these different media outlets and release the 8x10 with the forged message on it.
The only problem there being is that she waited until 2000, and she waited like 11 years to say anything about it. Number one, if you wasn't anti-Semitic, you would just say it right away, right? And number two, there's been a lot of other instances where she's either been friends with people who are anti-Semitic or a few of her boyfriends have. And I've seen this comment somewhere where I can't remember where I see it. I'll try and find it so I can quote it for you, but it said something about that if she had a nickel for every racist and anti-Semitic boyfriend she had, she would have 2 nickels, which doesn't sound like a lot, but is still enough to question. Something like that. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I believe that whole apology of hers. Also, like I said, this was a handwritten message, and this was sent to experts who would conclude that there was a 99% chance it was written by Kat Von D. You could say that she worked in a shop of artists and they were really good at replicating her handwriting, but I don't know, you wait 11 years to say something, it's a 99% chance that it's written by you, says the handwriting experts, and your past relationships. and friendships really are going against you there, so I'm not sure if I believe her on this. But a lot of people got wind of this story, and this is why a lot of people dislike Kat Von D and kept a close eye on her. She was also briefly associated with a man called Jesse James, who himself has been accused of some anti-Semitic behaviour and costumes that he's wore, so I'm not sure. And speaking of Jesse James was originally married to Sandra Bullock. He was married to her from 2005 to 2010. Kat Von D was accused of stealing Jesse James off Sandra Bullock. Jesse James became a reality TV icon in his own right for his motorcycle and car customizational work. He had a show called Monster Garage, which was quite popular at the time, and he did later admit to cheating on Sandra Bullock with some other tattooed model, and it kind of makes sense that he threw Kat Von D in there as well. So she is a homewrecker and a man stealer. Do you blame Jesse for that? Do you blame Kat Von D? I don't know, I guess they both got to take some kind of equal blame. Not as bad as all the anti-Semitic stuff she does, but it says a lot about her character. Then in 2018, she came out as an anti-vaxxer, and everyone was once again disliking her because of all that. Which, hey, if you've got a public platform and you are an anti-vaxxer, that's your own business, but maybe keep it off your public platform is all I've got to say about that. Now, the recent drama I was talking about is that she's gone full religious. She's gone full religion changeover, and this is when the crazy is really starting to come out now. So she was known for this gothic look, right? Witchcraft, magic, and this association with the occult. I mean, she's built a whole brand of this stuff, right? Recently, she's begun to throw all that stuff out, and she says she's now fully religious. She's now fully following the Christianity faith fully. And it's like I did a video not that long on the guy from 2.5 Men. He did the same thing. When these celebrities, they don't seem to just go a little bit religious, they go fully for it, which is seemingly what she's doing. So she's getting rid of all her books on witchcraft and all these occult things that she's got in her house. She's having a full changeover. She's even gone as far as to start covering up her tattoos. There's these videos of her recently where she's just blacking out the entirety of tattoos, and she's saying that those tattoos, they're not a reflection on who she is today. So she wants to get rid of them. And she can't laser them off because there's too many, so she's just covering them all up. She's just blackening out all these tattoos. She bought a home in Indiana to escape California's taxes, terrible policies, and tyranny government. She closed her tattoo shop. And then even more recently, we've got this video of her being baptised, which if you look at on Reddit, people are really running with it. People are going in on it. People are just tearing it apart about how someone who with such strong association with the occult is now blackening out all her tattoos and being seen getting baptised, like she's taken on this trad wife aesthetic all of a sudden. A lot of people are seemingly saying that this seems to be a PR stunt, like she's going for a rebranding. It's undeniable that her brand has gone downhill throughout the years, and a lot of that is this association with anti-Semitic statements and the way she conducts herself, which a lot of people are also relating to this whole witchcraft and gothic nature that she has. So by switching that around and, going to Christianity, she can seem more loving and seem more, she can rebrand herself, which is what seems to be happening. And I didn't really believe this. I thought maybe she's just gone a little bit kooky and she's gone full religion. But then you look at her YouTube and she's releasing new music. She's now suddenly decided she's going to do music, and a lot of that doesn't seem like it goes hand in hand with religion. Like, how in the same month are you going to start releasing videos of you getting baptised, blackening out your tattoos and throwing away all your books that are associated with witchcraft, and at the same time release music like this about vampires and that still look gothic? And I don't know. So that is basically, to sum up, a lot of people dislike Kat Von D, and seemingly for good reason. I've not seen any strong evidence that she is not anti-Semitic and that she is not a bad person. But at the time of her peak, she was very popular with fans, so a lot of this stuff kind of got covered and squished. It's only now, when she doesn't have a TV show and she doesn't even have a makeup brand to protect her anymore, that people are really starting to go in at her and that all this stuff is coming up to the surface. So I'm going to keep my eye on Kat Von D and see what crazy things she does next and see where this goes. Is this just a rebrand? Is she just turning her life around? We will see. I'll probably make a follow-up on this video next month because she'll probably end up doing something else, so look out for that one. And until then, goodbye.